Ready for takeoff, watch how I lift them. Take shots, it's rare that I miss them. Boom. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a room. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room.
It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time now for our tale of the tape. Sugar Ray Robinson, 5 foot.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of...
Well, it is go time, ladies and gentlemen, and you can see there is not a seat. And we're underway in round one. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious.
What they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like Pounds just told them, with the squad get scolded. Walk with the Lord, not an omen, still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be...
He threw the hook, didn't land. Both men step back for just a moment. What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this will be like the rabbit in the headlights.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He got caught clean by a left hook.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Hit him with a left jab. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Counterpuncher's my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Gotta let your hand. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
The bell, sometimes it couldn't be the sweetest.
And there's the bell to start round two. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
He blocks the hook. He takes that jab. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
The reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counterpuncher smart.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. You'd like to see more jabs.
This is easy for us to say and comment here at ringside, but those guys can see what they've got to do. I understand there's a lot of pressure on. I understand there's some guys that are just naive or inexperienced, but just give them a break. Give them a little time.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he just misses with that jab. He got out of the way of that. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges kept...
On to the third. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Both of these fighters love to let their hands go. I wouldn't be surprised if each one of them throw over 1,000 punches tonight.
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe to toe, heart for heart. You know, mano on mano, they're letting the shots go.
And there's an uppercut, a big uppercut, and his knees buckled that time. And he fails to score with that left hook. Nice exchange here from both men. These two are the perfect dance partners. Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
When you've got a fast fighter, they will cut you to ribbons, and they know it's a matter of time before either you get desperate or the referee jumps in and saves you. This is a natural gift. Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations, and they very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow.
Here we go to the fourth round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab. It can be intimidating, just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe? The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Nice job landing that left counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. A perfect counter shot. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. Back into the fray here in round 5. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
That hook was off target. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
One of the best fighters Scotland's ever produced is in trouble. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on. They are giving us a high-tempo show. Neither man really defending themselves. Both men step back for just a moment. No rest for the weary. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Good counterpunching from both these athletes. At this point, you gotta believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
Let's start the 6th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on there. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
This fighter has not shown us much defense at all. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster.
Totally impressed. You know what? You got skill. You got... Oh, my goodness. I admire these guys.
This is not good strategy. Those punches are doing nothing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know.
Ready to go now.
Round 7, here we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. Nice counter punch. They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. And he just missed with that left jab. It's code red time now for Josh Taylor. And the Tartan Tornado is down.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard. You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Good left hand. Might want to back out of the pocket here. Look us as we enter the final 10 seconds here. It's probably a round he'd rather forget. Nice offensive display, landing that left counter. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response.
Go right back into the fight.
There's the bell to start round 8. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a knockdown. You know in the corner now they're saying when you get out there, jump on him. Do not give him chance to breathe. Bully him, throw him, push him down, punch him in the back. Keep letting the shots go because you know they're on shaky legs. They're a gnat's ear away from getting stopped.
Beautiful counter punch. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this guy that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Lands with the right counter. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He misses with that jab.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
And he misses with the left uppercut. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Insane action. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Neither fighter willing to sit down on these punches. They're arm punches. They're scoring, but they're not going to hurt anybody. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. When are we going to see a jab from these two?
I've been in some boring fights. Trust me, I know what it feels like. You got to get out of that rut because there's a lot of pressure, especially when you hear a boo in the crowd, especially when you hear the opposite corner, especially when you can hear a pin drop. It means they're thinking, we're bored.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Swing and a miss with that hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow.
And there's the bell for round 10. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Left counter scores. Good counter right hand again. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Missed him with that uppercut. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster.
This is all about ego. And safety is out of the window. Tactics are out of the window. They don't need gloves. They need beer glasses. The way they're fighting, this is ridiculous.
When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with him?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you got to get some before you get in close.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who... This is the 11th we've entered the championship rounds. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one. What a world championship fight we're seeing, ladies and gentlemen. He misses with that jab. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fighters like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round. He missed with that jab. Both men step back for just a moment. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? That one will count. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without...
One shot at a time.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
The right hook misses. Nothing but air on that hook. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
Todd, we know one of these fights can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Why are they throwing punches? They should be playing defense right now. He gets out of the way of that left hand. It's code red time for Josh Taylor. But somehow, this is one of the best rounds I've seen this year.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not the way either one of these fighters hoped it would go, but they can't be too upset. No one loses here. This fight's a draw.
A draw? Ooh, listen to that crowd. Nobody's happy with that. Why? Because the build-up was ridiculous. The things that were said were ridiculous. But these two fighters were evenly matched, and this is why we've got a draw. One thing is for certain, they're going to do it all over again.
thought this was. But I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys. Feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack, boy, so tall that it might fall. Top striker, man, I lick off the goal, so anything I set, I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team, and I'll send man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats. I don't wanna hear no talk from a dweeb. You don't respect me if you don't pay my fees. If you don't respect me, then please better back out the way of this heat. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, step to the place on my jeers are with all nine and I'm on a mad one. I don't want no attention from that gal if she ain't a bad one. Man try tell me the 3-5 come too stinky as Cali that packs from. And if I go broke, N95s and night gloves slapped on. Soon put chef on the map, son. Don't pop with too many brothers, they cap enough. Dog, I don't care about the past, that bad in the present and you can get wrapped up. I don't deal with pests, man got no fertilizer for them. Go on then run up your mouth yet again, Joe get sent all the way up like Rem.